Okay children, so let us start with question number 5 now. 5.1. Here it says find the product of the two complex numbers. Here the complex numbers are given 3 minus 2i and 2 plus 5i. So firstly we got to find the product of these two complex numbers. Okay, so if I denote this as z1 and this as z2, then I have to find z1 into z2. Okay, next it says hence show that the modulus of the product is equal to the product of their moduli. That means I have to find the modulus of z1 into z2. Okay, and then I have to show that it is equal to mod z1 into mod z2. Okay, so let us start. Let's see the solution. So here solution. Okay, so I'm denoting the first complex by z1 and the second by z2. So z1 is 3 minus 2i, z2 is 2 plus 5i. So firstly we got to find the product, that means z1 into z2. So just substitute the values of z1 and z2 and proceed on. Okay, a simple calculation. So 3 into this 2 will become 6, 3 into this 5 will be 15i, minus 2 into 2 will be minus 4i, minus 2 and here plus 5, that means minus 10i square. So in next step, you know that this is plus 15i and this is minus 4i, so this would be plus 11i. Okay, and minus 10i square, but I square is nothing but minus 1, so minus minus plus, so it becomes plus 10. So 6 plus 10, 16 plus 11i. So product of these complex numbers, here we get 16 plus 11i. Now, so first thing is done. Next they are saying that show that modulus of the product is equal to the product of their moduli. Okay, so let's find the modulus of this product. So modulus of this product, okay, clearly this is a plus ib form. Yes, so modulus of this means square root of a square plus b square. Okay, so calculate, you will get square root of 377. So this is done. Now find modulus of z1 separately. So you will get square root of a square plus b square, a of this, okay, z1. So here this is z1, so a is 3, b is minus 2. So put these values, substitute these values, and you will get square root of 9 plus 4, that is equal to square root 13. Okay, then modulus of z2. Okay, so let's see the z2. So here for the z2, a is 2, b is 5. So modulus will be a square root of 2 square plus 5 square, 4 plus 25, square root 29. Okay, now what you do is take the product of this moduli. Okay, so we will get square root of 13 into a square root of 29, that is equal to a square root of 13 into 29. Yes, now multiply, you will get 377. So here what do you observe, that either you find the modulus of this product, okay, or you find the product of this moduli, value would be same. Yes, square root 377, square root of 377. So hence we showed that modulus of the product is equal to product of the moduli. Okay, so it's proved. Okay, before we move on to the next question, you must remember that suppose I've got two complex numbers z1 and z2, such that z1 is a plus ib and z2 is c plus id, then we would say that z1 is equal to z2 only if this a is equal to c and this b is equal to d. Okay, and okay, so let's see the question. Here the questions is this, that your left hand side is equal to this a plus ib. Okay, here this is equal to a plus ib, here this is a plus ib, means this is a complex number. Yes, that means if you'll simplify this left hand side, okay, if you simplify this left hand side, then you will get something in a plus ib form. Okay, so what we'll do is we will simplify this left hand side, okay, and along with this right hand side, but we will not do anything to the right hand side. Okay, whatever working has to be done will be done on the left hand side. Clear? And your motive is to simplify this in the form of a plus ib. Okay, so and in that case we can find the value of a and b. Okay, and later on we have to find the modulus also. So let us see. So here this is the question to you. Now we will simplify the left hand side. We will try to write this in a plus ib form. So minus 2 will multiply to this minus 3, so you get 6. Then this minus 2 into plus 2 into square root of minus 3. Okay, so you get minus 4 into square root of 3. Then square root of minus 3 into 3. So minus 3 into square root of minus 3 plus root minus 3 into 2 times square root of minus 3. So it becomes 2 into a square root of minus 3 whole square. Okay, equal to a plus ib. Clear? So this first step is very simple calculation. Okay, now what we'll do is, so here you can see that minus 4 into a square root of minus 3 minus 3 into a square root of minus 3. Okay, so here minus 4, here minus 3, so it will become minus 7 into a square root of minus 3. Okay, and this square root, and here you are squaring it. Okay, so this root symbol will be removed. You are left with 2 into minus 3. Clear? Equal to a plus ib. Next, 6 minus 7. Okay, this square root of minus 3 can be written as square root of 3 into square root of minus 1. Okay, and done. And this 6 here plus 2 into minus 3, so minus 6. So this 6 and this minus 6, these 2 will get cancelled, and you are left with minus 7 root 3 into I, because square root of minus 1 is I. Okay, so you got this equal to a plus ib. So here you can see that here you have got something in I. Okay, but here we don't have anything in the real part. This is the imaginary part. In the real part we don't have anything. That means we can put 0 over there. Okay, so in the next step this can be written as 0 minus 7 square root of 3 into I equal to a plus ib. So what we'll do is, now we'll compare the left hand side with the right hand side. Okay, so a will be equal to 0 and your b will be equal to minus 7 into square root of 3. Okay, so that's how we get a and b. Clear? And further it's saying that find the modulus of a plus ib. So here a plus ib is nothing but 0 minus 7 root 3 I. Okay, so modulus, so let us denote this by z. Okay, I'm denoting this complex number by z. So z is equal to a plus ib, but a plus ib is nothing but 0 minus 7 into square root of 3 I. Okay, so now modulus of z means square root of a square plus b square. So here in place of a I have 0, so 0 square plus b square, that means minus 7 square root 3 whole square. So simplify it, so you get square root, okay, of 7 square into 3. So here we have got 7 square, so out of these 2 7s, 1 7 will come out and you are left with root 3. So you got the modulus also. Now this is of some importance. So integral power of I. Okay, so let's see this. Suppose I have taken a positive integer. Okay, positive integer means 0 1 2 3 4 5 like that. Okay, so let's say n is a positive integer. Clear? Then I to the power 2n, I to the power 2n can be written as I square to the whole power n. Yes, but I square is nothing but minus 1. Okay, to the power n. That means if I am taking n to be a positive integer, then I to the power 2n can be written as minus 1 to the power n. Okay, now this would be equal to minus 1 or 1. This will be equal to minus 1 or 1 depending on n. Okay, whether n is odd or even. Clear? Suppose if n is even, okay, if n is even, in that case this minus 1 to the power n will be 1. Okay, that means I to the power 2n will be equal to 1. If n is odd, then I to the power 2n will be equal to minus 1. Okay, suppose I have 2 over here. In place of n I have 2 over here. That means minus 1 into minus 1, that would be 1. Suppose I have 3 over here in place of n. That means minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1, that would be equal to minus 1. Okay, so you must remember this thing. Now for example, I have taken over here, suppose I have got I to the power 2 into 3. That means this can be written I squared to the whole power 3, and I square, you know, it's minus 1, and this power is odd. Yes, so obviously it will be minus 1. I to the power 2 into 4, so it will be I square to the power whole power 4. I square is minus 1 to the power 4. 4 is even, so it becomes 1. Next, simplify each of the following. So next question is simplify each of the following. So number 1, I to the power 3 plus minus I to the power minus 3. So in next step, this I to the power 3 can be written as I to the power 2 into I to the power 1. Okay, so and plus minus I to the power minus 3 can be written 1 upon minus I to the power 3. Clear? Now here I square means what? Minus 1, so I wrote minus 1 into I. Okay, here in this denominator you can see power is what? 3. That's odd. Here it's minus I. Okay, so since this power is odd, so minus sign will come out. So minus sign comes out. I'm left with I to the power 3. So in next step, this I to the power 3 can be written as minus I square into I. Okay, but again you know that I square is what? Minus 1. So that minus 1 and this minus will become plus. So you're left with 1 upon I. Okay, and we know that in denominator we are not supposed to leave anything in terms of I. So I should rationalize this. So I will multiply and divide by I. Okay, so I'm multiplying by I and dividing by I. So here in denominator I into I square. Okay, so here I get minus 1. Clear? And here I. So it becomes minus I, that means minus 2I. Clear? Next, 1 plus I whole square into I plus 1 upon I cube. Okay, so first by the formula a plus b whole square you expand this. So by expansion we get 1 plus I square plus 2I. Clear? And here in denominator we have I cube, that can be written as I to the power 2 into I. Clear? Now this I square means what? Minus 1. So here 1 minus 1 plus 2I. And here denominator is I square, that means minus 1. So that's why it becomes minus I. Okay. Next, this 1 and this minus 1, they get cancelled. So you're left with 2I. Okay. And in bracket, you are left with I minus 1 by I. So let's multiply this 2I to each. Okay. So we get 2I square minus 2I upon I. Okay. So 2I square means I square means minus 1, so I'll replace this. Okay, so minus 1, and this I and this I get cancelled, so I'm left with minus 2. Clear? So we get minus 2 minus 2, so that means minus 4. Okay, here you must note something. Here I've written that suppose we have a complex number a plus ib. Okay, then this complex number is said to be purely real. We would say that this complex is purely real if b is 0. Okay, and we would say that this is purely imaginary if a is equal to 0. Clear? So for example, here z1 is equal to 0 plus 4i. So here this is purely imaginary because a is 0. Okay, only imaginary part is there. And this is purely real because imaginary part is 0. Okay, only real part is there. Okay, question number 3 is your homework. Okay, for this what you have to do, you have to use that a plus b whole cube, a minus b whole cube. Okay, a plus b whole square and a minus whole square. Okay, a minus b whole square. So you have to expand it. Okay, and then simplify it. Clear? Now let's come to question number 7. Here it says that suppose there is a complex number z, x plus iy. Okay, so here we have a complex number z that is equal to x plus iy. Okay, and further they are saying that modulus of 2 times z minus 1 is equal to modulus of z plus 1. Okay, so they are saying that z value is this x plus iy. Okay, and this condition it holds. Okay, modulus of 2z minus 1 is equal to modulus of z plus 1. Okay, we got to show that x square plus y square is equal to 2x. Okay, so since this holds, okay, since this holds, so we will start with this. Okay, in place of z we will substitute these values. Okay, and let us see. So given z is equal to x plus iy and modulus 2z minus y, modulus 2z minus 1 is equal to modulus of z plus 1. So now just simply copy this. Okay, and in next step substitute the value of z. So we get 2 times x plus iy minus 1 equal to modulus of x plus iy plus 1. Now what you do is put all real parts together. Okay, for this one. So here open the bracket, so you get 2x plus 2iy. Okay, minus 1. So here 2x is real part. Okay, because it does not have I, and this minus 1 is real, so we'll put 2x and minus 1 together. Okay, so it's a real part, plus 2yi, and here x and 1 is real part, so we'll put them together. So x plus 1 plus iy. Okay, so here in this case real part is x plus 1, imaginary part is y. That means here if you compare with the complex number a plus ib, so x plus 1 is like a for you and y is b for you in this. Okay, and here your a is 2x minus 1 and your b is 2y. Okay, anyway, now we are finding modulus. Okay, both the side we are finding modulus. So you know that if you have a complex number a plus ib, then modulus will be square root of a square plus b square. Clear? So here modulus of this means square root of 2x minus whole square plus 2y whole square equal to, now modulus of this, that means square root of x plus whole square plus y square. Clear? Now both the side we have got a square root, so let's square both the sides. So by squaring both the sides, a square root symbol is removed. Now I am left with 2x minus 1 whole square plus 2y whole square is equal to x plus 1 whole square plus y square. Now let's simplify it. So you get 4x square minus 4x plus 1 plus 4y square equal to x square plus 2x plus 1 plus y square. Bring all these which you have on the right to the left. Okay, and now simplify it. So you'll get 3x square minus 6x plus 3y square equal to 0. Here you can see that in each term 3 is common, so 3 is being taken out. So 3 into x square minus 2x plus y square equal to 0. Divide both the side by 3, so 3 is removed from here. Okay, so you're left with x square plus y square minus 2x equal to 0. Take this minus 2x that side, so it become plus, so you get x square plus y square equal to 2x, and this what we were supposed to prove. Yes, this what we had to prove, so it's proved. Okay, now let's see this question number 8.1. Given here, it's given that this is equal to this. Okay, that means if you see on the left you have a complex number. Okay, in place of a you have 3x plus y, in place of b you have minus 4, here in place of a you have 5, in place of b you have 2x minus 3y. Okay, so they are saying that the complex number on the left is equal to complex number on the right. Okay, so if they are equal, that means this real part has to be equal to this real part, and this imaginary part, that means minus 4, has to be equal to this imaginary part. Okay, so given 3x plus y minus 4i equal to 5 plus 2x minus 3y into I. So we know that if I have a plus ib is equal to c plus id, that means I am saying a is equal to c and b is equal to d. So here also it's the same case. I am saying that this is equal to this. Okay, try to figure out from here. So you're trying to say that this is equal to this, that means real part of here is equal to real part of this, imaginary part of here is equal to imaginary part of this. So I get 3x plus y is equal to 5. Okay, 3x plus y equal to 5, and 2x minus 3y is equal to minus 4. So I got two simultaneous equation. Yes, I got a simultaneous equation. So you know how to solve it. So here what we can do is, here I've got 3x, but here is 2x, here it's y, here it is minus 3y. So if I could multiply this equation by 3 and make this plus 3y, and then I add this to this equation, then 3y minus 3y and this 3y will get cancelled and I'll be left with x. Okay, so let us solve this. So I'm multiplying this first equation by 3, so it becomes 9x plus 3y equal to 15, and we don't have to do anything in equation 2, simply write it down over here and add it. So on adding, this plus 3y and this minus 3y cancelled, so 9x plus 2x, so 11x is equal to 11, so x is equal to 1. Let us put this x equal to 1 in equation 1, so your y will be 2. Okay, so that's how you get your x and y. Here question 8 part 2, here it's given that if x plus iy is equal to this, then find the value of this. Here you can see that x plus iy, it's a complex number. Okay, and they are saying that this complex number is equal to this. Okay, so what you have to do is, on the right, simplify it, okay, such a way that here you could see something in a plus ib type. Okay, and then you can compare. Okay, you can just compare the real part and the imaginary part, and that's how you will get your x and y. Okay, so this is all for today. Thank you.